Hi guys, welcome back to DeFi Daily. Today we'll talk about USDD and we'll try to understand, is it another USD? So it is completely insane to use right now USDD after what just happened to USD. We'll try to understand what are the differences, if these different stable coins are at the end of the story the same thing, and also if the risk opportunity is worth to use the stable coin or not. Remember, this is the first video because after that, tomorrow I will publish another one about USN, because USDD and USN are the two new players into the world of algorithmic stablecoin. They are proposing something that is quite close to USD, but at the same time there are a couple of peculiarities that we should understand in order to also have some kind of risk assessment that is helping us to understand if it is worth or not to invest into this stablecoin, or if what has just happened with USD, it's much better to stay just away from all of this kind of stuff. Just before to start, guys, remember this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, great, but do always your research first. And if you enjoy this content, guys, remember to leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment. That's just a small effort for you, but really means a lot to me and also to all the team that is working to this content. Okay, guys, so let's start immediately. So let's start saying what is USDD and how does it work. So it is a stable coin similar to what is, or at least what it was, USD. It is an algorithmic stablecoin. As you can see from their white paper, this is the white paper. I will leave also the link into the description below so you can check it and you can read it by yourself. And this is something I highly encourage you to do it if you want to use USDD and if you want to invest on it, because especially in this market condition, it's really important to know by yourself with certainty what you are using in this moment. And if you read this paper, you will see that the way that USDD is working is quite identical to what we have seen with USD. In order to mint $1 of USDD, you can use Tron. Tron is the coin of, or better, TRX is the coin of the Tron network, the Tron blockchain, that is used to pay the fees. And at the same time, you can decide to burn TRX in order to receive an equal amount in dollar of USDD. And as you can see from Coingecko, for example, Tron and TRX has been one of the best performing assets into the last 7 days. So even if the market was struggling so much, the Tron token has been reacting quite well with a growth of 13% in just the last week. But if we go into the chart and more in detail, you will see that, as you can see, from the moment of the announcement that was here, so by the end, mid of April, the price of Tron has gone up by a lot, even if the whole market was struggling, because remember, we are into the 9th week, that is a red week for Bitcoin. But even so, the price of TRX has grown, and the main reason is because it has been burned to produce new USDD. As you can see from here, if we try to check the market cap, as you can see, the market cap is growing every day. Right now, it has just reached around 500 million. If you look at the market cap, you can see that it doesn't look so organic because it is going like step by step. It's not like a demand that is a continuous demand that is producing new USDD. It is like someone is producing it. And that's exactly what is happening, because you need to know that the main difference in the moment when we are talking about USDD and USD is that, at least in this moment, only a few players are having the ability to mint and to access the arbitrage system in order to control and to maintain the peg of USDD. And if from one side, this is something that is positive because they are able to defend the peg much better, on the other side, it doesn't look so decentralized. If you're wondering what are the players that are behind USDD, obviously we have Tron with Justin Sun, that is the founder of Tron. But after that, we have Alameda Research, Amber, Multichain, and other different investors that you can find them into the member part down here into the website USDD.io. And you can also find more information on how does it work into this white paper. So what does it mean? It means that, as you will see also down here, there will be different phases. The first phase is where we are right now. This is the first one, USDD 1.0, and it is at the end of the story a centralized version where only the main players can mint and can access this kind of system. After that, we have another layer that will be the testnet of USDD, decentralized network that will go live, and other phases by the end of the year should bring USDD in a more decentralized way. To be honest, we still don't have enough details on how the whole process will work. The only thing that we know right now is that, as you can see from the chart, they are minting it, and they have been minting quite a lot, because just in not even 3 weeks it has gone from 0 to $500 million. And the other thing that we know is that actually the treasury that is behind it is using something like 10 billion. So it is quite a different situation, because we have a centralized entity that is the one that is behind USDD, that is claiming to have around 10 billion in order to use them to sustain the peg. Remember, there is a big difference between sustaining the peg and collateralizing the crypto. Collateralizing simply means that for each dollar that you are issuing, you have $1 that is backing that dollar that you have issued. On the other side, if it is over collateralized, like for example DAI or meme, you have more than $1. If you know more about the different kinds of stablecoins that are existing right now, you can check this video where I'm telling you the different kind of stablecoins, which are the advantages and the risk connected to each one. In this case, we are having a treasury that should be something around 10 billion that is used to defend the peg or to sustain this kind of arbitrage. The other thing that we know for certainty right now is the level of APY that they are offering. Here you have the different protocols that are supporting the USDD. As you can see, the main 4 are from the Tron blockchain, but after that we are having also USDD on Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. Just to give you an idea on how high could be the APY, just check here from Beefy Finance, and you will see that right now we are having an APY of 37%. And if you check the historical rate, you will see that we were around 50% APY, and after that it has gone down by around 30, and after that again around 37-40%. So we are literally talking about a really high APY for a stablecoin. Is it safe or not? First of all, we need to remember that there is no safe 100% stablecoin. If I have to say my personal ranking, I prefer to stay with USDC, USD, USDT, that are the centralized stablecoin. After that, we have the over-collateralized that are like DAI and meme, and only after we have like the fractional, like Frax, and only at the end of the security ranking we have the algorithmic stablecoin. What could be a point in favor of a USDD? First of all, it is a quite small stablecoin, so it is much easier to defend a peg for a stablecoin that is just around 500 million. So the amount of money that is needed in order to defend a peg for this kind of amount of stablecoin is quite low. On the other side, also the gain of trying to attack this kind of stablecoin is still too low. At the same time, it is quite young, the project, so it could be a risk because we still don't know how it will behave. On the other side, a pros, but at the same time that is also a cons, is that it is centralized. We have to trust the people that are behind this project. Remember, in the moment when you are using USDD, you are not using a real decentralized stablecoin, but you have to trust Alameda, you have to trust Justin Sun, and all the players that are behind this project. If you are trusting them, nothing bad to use it. But remember, it is an act of trust because the tokenomics, the general tokenomics is coming from USD, so the weakness are the same, even if right now it looks like more defendable because it is centralized, so this kind of system can't be used, even if it is still possible to try to attack the stablecoin, just withdrawing liquidity from the different pools that are in this moment available in order to create some kind of imbalance and pushing and draining liquidity from the treasury, because obviously if the peg is not maintained on the different pools, people should use different funds in order to maintain this peg. So what we can say, first of all, if you want to know more about algorithmic stablecoin, a good read could be this one that has been published by Huobi Global, and they have published it because they have been listing USDD. So as you can see, there are many players, exactly as what happened with USD, that are trying now to listing the different stablecoins. In this case, we're talking about USDD, even if it is an algorithmic stablecoin. And the main reason is because this kind of APY is attracting many people. And as long as people are attracted by this kind of APY, there will be always some kind of centralized exchange that will be offer the opportunity to trade this stablecoin also on their exchange. What you should do? Well, first of all, for sure, I will never go all in on this stablecoin. I think that is crazy to go all in or to have a significant exposure to this stablecoin after what happened. It is much better to stay safe, especially during a bear market, and the bear market means that the market condition can change so fast. Imagine what can happen if tomorrow, for example, Bitcoin goes down by 20%. At 15% just in a couple of hours. That's something that we have seen it into the history of Bitcoin. Do you believe that the peg, or do you believe that people will still go investing on this kind of asset or not? Nobody can forecast it, but history is telling us that most of the time, the more risky is an asset, the more likely it will be left, it will be sold in the moment when Bitcoin is going down. So right now, we expect, or we hope for some kind of relief for at least 1 week or two of relief, so of green into the market, but we don't have any kind of certainty that will happen. At the same time, remember, this is a risky asset. If you want to try it, but be aware of the risk. We are talking about something that is using the same dynamic of USD. Be aware that right now behind of it there is Justin Sun with all of his partners. This could be something good or something bad. Even if you are deciding to invest, guys, remember to read the white paper. I will leave also it into the description below so you can grow through it. And yes, only time will tell us how this stablecoin will behave. The risk appears quite high, especially in this market condition, but it is undeniable that if they will use for real the amount of money that they are claiming, because guys, remember, they are just claiming something. They haven't done yet at least nothing. So we are just reading their claims and we are hoping that everything will go for the best. But guys, yes, the APY is high. Be aware of the risk, and in any case, diversify your investment. Don't stay on a single stablecoin because everything can happen. It's much better to have something USDT, USDC, USD, and different kind of stablecoins. The biggest part on stablecoins that are much safer. Guys, let me know what do you think about USDD, about their white paper, and how this stablecoin will evolve into the next future. Remember, if you enjoy this content, remember to leave a big thumbs up, drop a comment, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel to be always updated. Tomorrow we will talk about USN, so another algorithmic stablecoin on NEAR. As you will see, the mechanism is slightly different, but even in that case, there are a couple of risks that we should take in account in order to understand how does it work. I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye, guys.